Okay, so next we're going to take a look at the next one, which is number 2, run left motor in reverse for 2.5 seconds at 95 power and then stop. And so what I want to do, the first thing is go ahead and make a new file. So I've got program number 1. I don't want to edit this or change anything because this is program 1 and this is what I want this program to look like. So when I hit new file, it's going to open up a new source file, and it's pretty much blank except for your task main. And everything in my motors and sensors setup is empty. And what I like to do is just simply copy and paste my Pragma code. Um, Control C to copy, Control V to paste if you're into keyboard shortcuts. And pro tip, a lot of programming, so like 50% of programming, it seems like, is just copy and pasting. So getting used to those keyboard shortcuts will actually be really helpful for you in the future because there is a lot of copy and pasting. And so I just copy and paste my Pragma code. You'll notice that I've got my potentiometer, motors, all of that's here in my Pragma. And whenever I go to motors and sensor setup, it's all here. I didn't have to go and set anything else up again. Now, this is kind of dangerous because if you've changed the port numbers, so if your motor is now plugged into port 5 or something, you need to make sure that you change that. And then it'll update in your motors and sensor setup. So now you can see right motors drop down to port 5. So you always need to check this and make sure that you're referencing what you're intending to reference, because otherwise, it's not going to work. So I went ahead and hit compile button, the compile button, and it's throwing up the save as box because this has not been saved yet. And so I'm going to go ahead and navigate back to my desktop, programs. I'm going to go ahead and save this as program number 2. So delete that out, program 2, and hit save. So now I've got program 2 up here at the top. Please, please, please make sure that you're saving your programs as you're doing this. Okay, do not overwrite the old program. Just copy and paste into a new file what you need. This next program, like I said, turning on the left motor this time. So for my pseudocode, pseudo means fake, so this is my fake code. I'm going to turn on left motor. And left motor is going to be on for 5 seconds. So I'm going to say wait 5 seconds. And then I'm going to turn off the left motor. Now there are a couple details here. Well, first detail is it's for 2.5 seconds and not 5 seconds. And it specified the power, which was 95, and it's supposed to be in reverse. So turn on left motor, reverse, at 95 power. I just want to make sure that I understand that so that whenever I start looking at my task main, I know to reference it. So back over to natural language, I'm going to go to movement. I'm going to start my motor. I need my weight, so I'm going to drag my weight over, and then I need to stop that motor. So I already have kind of everything framed out, which is good. So motor port, I'm referring to my left motor. The speed is going to be 95, and this is going to actually be in reverse. So to reverse a motor in Robot C, or just programming in general, you put a negative sign in front of the value, and that will reverse the polarity of the motor and make it turn in the opposite direction. And then for my wait time, I specified that as 2.5 seconds. And then finally, to stop motor, I'm stopping my left motor. I'm going to hit the fix formatting button so everything looks nice and clean. And that is the second program. So I'm going to compile it to make sure there's no errors, and it looks good.